Hello?
Hi there.
Come on. All right, fellas, where were we at last time?
Do not remember.
Group 1. Did we have work left to do on the logic last week?
Can't remember.
Man, what good are you guys? I tell you.
I can't quite remember. That was all the way at last week.
Guys, this stuff should be keeping you awake at night because you love it so much.
I can't say that that's been true for me.
Well, at least you're being honest. Well, let's see what we got. Thing runnable. Oh, yeah, I remember this. We got the thing displaying 0 to 10 seconds after the mix heat, 10-second process. The right tank empties to level low. When water reaches level low, left green pile on exhaust fan 30%. Green push button begins the process over again. So we got the 10-second timer in, and then what? So when the 10-second timer is done, and
It should
you're
empty till water low.
and that's what's the yellow push button for? Oh, a jog.
Those, yeah.
Just a temporary jog. Okay, cool. I'm gonna run it, make sure it's still running how we think it should. And then I think Mark should do some programming today. What, you guys?
Yeah, I agree.
Select one. I didn't put a drive enable in there last time, did I?
I thought we did.
If you did, I think it would be around
Yeah, it's
the
under.
process start.
It was up at
What
the
happens
top.
when I hit the green button? Okay. All right. So filling to level high. Level high, mixing and heating for 10 seconds. Strobe, exhaust at 30 hertz. 10. Ooh, I remember. I remember. So it gets to 10 and then it just starts over. Can you guys see the digital display?
No.
Sort of. I can see numbers changing.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy, but it's working. So that's done. That's greater than 3,000.
Do we need to put a seal in for the pump until it gets to the next low value before we can?
Well, I'm trying to figure out why pump 2 is turning off because 10-second timer is not staying done. The 10-second timer is not staying done because
Because the timer is being turned on by when the mixing starts, and if it gets below the level that it's supposed to be at for the mixing to start, then it won't.
why is mixing
on.
turning off?
Because it's dropping below the level high low on the distance sensor. So it'd start.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we need something to keep that timer enabled. So maybe have pump 2. So if we use this pump 2 output is like a seal-in, like you were saying, around what? Mixing timer?
Around the mixing start.
We need
timer.
this, right, because we need the 10-second timer to stay in that done state and not reset until something. Mark, you following this?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to get caught up here. Trying to make sense of this.
What am I doing?
Right
here?
Yeah, right there.
Start pump 2. Or something. All right, let's try that. I'm not sure what that's going to do because that level high. 8 seconds. 10-second timer's on. Pump 2 is pumping. Cool. And it should pump until it gets down to low level, right?
Yes.
And the problem is the left pump is on as well. So they're both just pumping away.
Okay.
Why is pump 1 on?
Oh, because it's lower than the high value that we gave. We could put an interlock between both of our pumps so that they don't run at the same time.
Yeah, so if we put one on rung 3, that would disable that pump. Okay. All right, let's try that. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's working so far. Levels going down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, so it looks like it's not stopping.
I wonder if it's not, like, if 20 is the lowest value that it's going to read. Maybe we should put this at like 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, like
It's not becoming false. This right here is not becoming false because it's not getting below 20. I think 20 might be like the lowest value that sensor is going to give you.
okay.
So maybe we'll make this like 100. Oh, let's make it 500. Who cares? Well, 200. Let's try it again. You need something? Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Starting to empty.
So pump one's off, right?
Yeah. So we put an interlock of pump 2 on that rung, so it won't run at the same time that pump 2 will. I'm starting to wonder if when pump 2 shuts off here, if pump 1 will just start back up. Yep.
Okay.
So it's basically just gonna keep running. Wonder.
Could we set like a process done rung, like when distance sensor gets to 200 and pump 2 is on, energize a bit, and then use that to stop everything?
Yeah, I'm also wondering if I was just thinking about something. Hang on. 10 seconds. Pump one. I just think a lot of things are hinging on this timer and it resetting. If there's a way we can keep it enabled, maybe pump one left. When does that timer reset? When pump two.
And 2 shuts off.
Yeah, if pump 2 shuts off at the end of the process, mixing start wouldn't be on because it would be below the level.
So I wonder if, all right, I have an idea. If you guys have a better one, that's fine. But I'm thinking if we can maybe make the 10-second timer enable as the seal in, then it won't reset until we tell it to, really. And if that's the case, then we can use that might work. Do you see what I'm getting at here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Instead of using the pump, you want to use the timer enable bit.
Yeah, we can use that as a seal in to keep it self-enabled. And we can also use it up here on rung 3 as this interlock. We can add one so the pumps aren't on at the same time if you want, but we could change this to, I don't know. Let's try it. Let's just see what happens. T40 enable.
Are you deleting that interlock?
No, I think I'll leave it. It doesn't hurt to have it on there. But now we need a way to reset this if we want to. I guess if we made this B33 the process start, wrong. So that way, if we ever kill the process, it'll reset the timer. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, let's try that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please. Hopefully, when that gets down to level low, everything will just stop, and then we can move on. Uh-oh. Well, we did it. We did it. You guys as excited as I am?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so at this point, let me pull this over here so we can see the process. Water in right tank, reach level high, mixing starts for 10 seconds. Strobe energizes and stays on while level is high. During mixing, exhaust fan comes on at 73%. Digital display. Something was wrong with that exhaust fan because it was coming on at 30 hertz. So 73% is more like 40 to 45 hertz. So I'll have to look at that math real quick. 3-digit display shows counting of 0 to 10 seconds. After the mix heat 10-second process, right tank is level low. When the water reaches level low, the left green pilot light energizes and stays on. Exhaust fan at 30%. Green push button begins the process again. So how are we going to do that? We're going to need some kind of bit that is a condition that this process is over that becomes true. Pilot light becomes on, comes on. Exhaust fan comes on at 30%. And then the green push button starts the process again.
Can you just put an equal in?
Hmm?
Can you just put an equal in? And once it's equal to that value, then it'll stop everything?
What's equal?
The pump 2 numbers? The low level?
Yeah, it's just you're not guaranteed to have it equal to that level whenever you want to start the process. You know, you might want to start the process when the water happens to be in a different level. We got to have something that becomes true when that whole thing is over. So when the timer's done, when the distance sensor is back to low.
Could we do it as our process isn't on, but our control is on? So like our control bit is on, but our process isn't on. We put a move function for the VFD at 30%.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to figure out is how are we going to make that move true? You know, it has to be true dependent on certain things, you know. So what I'm thinking is a rung that says the timer is done.
Why?
Pump 1 and pump 2 are off. You know what I mean? Because when
Yes.
you hit that button, things start becoming true. There's a sequence of things becoming true. So we have to use that whole process of trues. And when those are all done, being true, then you have like a B3 becomes true. That's just like we could label it process done. When that thing's true, you move, like you said, move the 30% value to the drive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you got a better way of approaching it, I'm all ears, but that's just what I'm picturing in my head. So I'm going to give it to Mark then, and we can walk that way together as a team. You ready, Mark?
Ready for what?
Are you on a phone or a laptop?
A phone.
Crap.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Do you have any way of getting access to a laptop, Mark? I mean, not today, but I'd like you to get involved.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I have a laptop here. I just can't, I don't have a camera on it.
Okay, well, I don't need to see your pretty face. I just want you to, let's just say next week, that's what we'll do. We'll plan on, if you could try to log into this meeting on a laptop next week so you can do some of this work. Because right now I'm going to give it to Aaron and he's going to start programming. You know what I mean, Mark?
Oh, okay.
So it's all you, Aaron. I mean, he's going to start programming, but like all of us need to be talking about this. So Mark, you're in charge.
I'm in charge.
Yeah. And Brayton, if Mark screws up, you got to put him in his place.
I'm a little lost. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, but I mean, before it being done, we were putting in a move function, right?
Well, we can do it however you guys want to do it. I mean, I don't want to take over this thing. I just want to help. But what I'm picturing is a rung now at the end of our logic that says the output's going to be a B3 that we'll call process complete or process done. That's going to be the output. It's just a discrete true or false on or off bit. And we're going to make it true when, let's think about what happens when I push that green button. When I push that green button, what starts happening first? Pump 1 left turns on, right? It starts filling. So that could be one instruction. Pump 1. Pump 2. What happens in the process? Pump 1, then the timer, then pump 2. And when that turns off, we can make that process done bit true. Does that make sense?
So
Yeah.
when all those things are true at once, or
Well, I'm thinking those would be examine if open. So like what most people call normally closed. But if you have those three instructions controlling this B3 bit that we're going to use.
So we can just put
pump 1,
pump
the
1,
timer,
pump 2 in
and
there.
what's that?
We put pump 1 and pump 2 an input or on that rung.
Yeah, so those would be examine if close, or I'm sorry, examine if open.
Right. And once them true, then that B3 will become true.
Right.
And it'll stop the whole process.
Right.
But can I do something real quick with, so I'm seeing here that the VFD enable is going to be dependent on the green push button and the start process happening. So should I put that like under the selector left right here so that it'll be able to be on when the green push button hasn't been sealed in?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I'm not grabbing the whole thing. Let's see, green push button.
Well, I'm not sure we want the green push button.
Okay, so we were saying both of the pumps and the timer, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how you want it, because you don't have anything in your process that says you hit the stop button and then the green button. you know, it just says you hit the green button again and it starts back over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can get my head wrapped around it, but you have to put a period in there. It's .en. There you go.
Okay.
It's going to be 4.3 and 4.2, I believe.
Okay. So when the timer's not enabled and both pumps are off, we then put
Well,
Aren't we using a B3?
Yeah.
That would-
yeah. I would because, yeah, I would. We're also going to need a rung that will start that whole thing over, right? But we can get to that later.
And so how do we make it so that this end process bit will only be on after it's gone through a cycle?
Well, what I'm thinking is that when I hit that green button, what's the first thing that happens?
You pump one will turn on.
Yeah. Pump 1 turns off. The bit on rung 21 will be false, right?
Right.
After pump 1 is done, the 10-second timer is enabled, right?
Yes. Oh, so it's just
I
that
think
we're saying that this is all the time that all those things aren't on.
Right.
So in the process, if I remember correctly, it was saying that when the water level reaches low, so like after the process has gone through, how do we make it so that like when we just start it up, it won't be doing that? Or is that supposed to just be like what's going to happen when the process isn't going?
I'm not sure. I mean, we might have to add something else in here. I'm not really sure. I mean, we can put it in there and just see how it behaves and see, what we need to add where.
Okay. Oh, no, move. And so we want to get 30% of the VFDs, so 0.3 times the VFD was $31,206 minus 6241 times 0.3. So it's 7,809 plus the 6241. 13,730.
Everybody understand that math that Aaron just did?
Yeah. Yep.
And then the VFD.
Going to be an analog out, so I think module 6.
Channel 0 is the exhaust fan. Module 6, channel 0.
Just the whole channel 0, or
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the last thing we need is
Pilot light. 2 needs to be on energized when the water reaches the low.
yeah, or in parallel with the in process bit, right?
Yep.
And that one's on 4.0. Oops.
The only other thing then is we need something to tell the exhaust fan to go to 0 hertz, right? Because what we're doing in rung 22 is we're telling the exhaust fan, okay, turn on, right?
Right.
We also need something to tell it to go to 0.
Can we
Otherwise,
just use the green push button again to go to 0? So that'll start the process and that fan doesn't turn on then.
yeah, we can try that.
I'm just going to go up here and make sure of something real quick. Yeah, so the green push button is only momentary. Like it'll just be a discrete signal at once, and then the start process will seal itself in. So it's not going to be an issue with the 73% that we're going to use later on.
Yeah, I mean, we just need a one-time gig, like Brayton was just saying. When that becomes true, even if it's for a split second, it will move the value to that destination.
Channel 1.
That's module 1, channel 1. Green push button.
All in a mini cast. I think I was like 15, 16 years old. It was crazy.
It'd be
Module 1.
local 1, Aaron.
Oh, sorry. Dang it.
You can just whenever you try to find, you turn around, drive up to the south to the dealership.
And the 6,000 will shut it off.
Yeah, shut it out without fault. Shut it off without faulting it.
Okay.
Cool. I really don't know how this is going to behave. I'm not what I'm unsure of is that rung 21. You know, I'm not sure just starting this process up what it's going to look like, but we can try it.
We still got to download it, I think.
Find water. This is getting true story.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Right now, the green pilot light is on. I guess isn't that
So should we
deal?
put the start process or the enable process too? Oh, I guess you can.
I don't know that that's. I don't know. Where is that in process bit? Yeah, I guess we should have the whatever that selector switch is controlling in there as well. You know what I mean?
Is the process in already?
What?
Is the process done?
No, that's what we're trying to fix right now.
That is module 1, channel 2, or selector left.
Okay. And so now we've got it set up to where the selector left is, that'll make it the end process. Okay.
I think that'll work. One way to find out.
How come the fan wasn't just on?
Did you have the left selector switch turned on?
No, the fan wasn't on because since the selector switch was off, it didn't enable the drives.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
like
okay.
the
Okay.
drives were faulted out. Okay, so right now we're good. So if I turn that selector switch on, it should enable the drives. Pump 1 should take off, run through its process, and hopefully do its deed. Ready?
Yep.
Everybody doing this?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yep. Uh-oh. Um, so it was like, I mean, I guess it's okay.
Shouldn't that fan be running right now?
It is. The exhaust fan is.
Oh,
Here,
oh okay. I can't see it.
it's running at 19 hertz. I mean, I guess it's okay. The process is not running. So I can hit the green push button and see if it all runs. Should I?
Yeah, let's give that a shot.
Tank is filling. The exhaust fan turned off.
Chalmers, like mower back on it. Got mowing. He was mowing. Rolled up his bracket.
Water's mixing and heating up.
He'd always have a spare.
Digital display is counting.
That's what he would drive up to the
Timer down. Pump 2.
shop on the far end. And then he had like I think 5 overhead doors. They were all open across the
Levels going lower and lower and lower and lower.
Yeah, it kept a little rubber boot on the mouth because the bees would get up on the spigot. Always remember that thing. Old yellow fruit. Old. And red yellow. Or I'm sorry, it's a red nipple. So neat these ends would come up with the house or something.
Okay, everything's good except that 10-second timer is not reset. What if we use on that rung 21 instead of the timer enabled? What if we use like timer timing?
Okay.
No, not that. Rung 21, I think it was.
This one right here.
Yeah, what if we use timer timing?
By then, he had moved out. And I just get tired of the beer.
All right. Process is starting. Filling the tank. Walking the mile. Walking the mile. Walking the mile. Heating, mixing, stirring, exhausting, and strobing. Ten seconds is done. Emptying the tank. I think we did it. The key is now, if I hit the button again, will it start the process over? Right?
It should.
If I hit the green button, it should start the process over, right? It's not. Why?
Oh.
Start process is still enabled.
All right, now let's everybody not fight over this. What's going on, man? You guys doing all right? Yeah, in case you got the radio station.
Yeah, so we can put the end process bit there in the same place that the red push button is in, so that as soon as that turns on, it'll end the process and then start process can be enabled.
Well, what the problem with that is then we're never going to be able to start I don't think we're going to be able to start the process, because as soon as I turn the selector switch on, that bit becomes true.
Right. Okay, so now I gotta, because I think I'm on the right track with trying to use that, but oh, I can put it there. Or wait.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, you can try
You
that.
should be able to.
Yeah, he's actually pretty nice. Yeah, brand new.
All right. Select left.
Well, what you go? You just dropped it away.
Um,
Go get another one.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go out in the hall. You want to better dangerous, don't it?
hey Zach,
Yeah.
do you want to try and give this a shot? I went ahead and downloaded that.
Yeah, but so I turned the selector switch left and I can't start it because the end process bit on that parallel ROM, the one that you just put in, like I can hit the green button. Whoa, it did work. Never mind. I'll stand down.
Okay. Because I put that as when the end process bit isn't on. So
I can't get my head wrapped around that. I gotta think about that for a minute. Tank is emptying. Okay, and it's over. So if I hit the green button again and it starts up again, then I think we're done. Wow. Wowzers. It works. You know what I would do right now? Besides throw a party?
Right.
I would save it. Save as, and make it 428. Yep.
okay.
The only thing that we need to do is look at during the mixed heat process, the exhaust fan comes on at 73%. I don't think that number is right, whatever we have in there, because it's only coming on at like 30 hertz.
Yeah, I don't think we ever got to doing that. I mean,
We didn't. We just put it at 50%. I thought.
But we could just put it as while the timing bit is timing, move the 73% of the VFD to the drive, and then when
No,
it hits the done bit,
it works, Aaron.
We just gotta change the numbers for when it.
Yeah,
when
it
it's
works.
going.
It's coming on at 30 hertz, and that's not right. 73% is going to be around 40 to 45%, 45 hertz. So I don't know where that rung is that there we go.
oh, there it is.
Moving source 18234. So that number's not right.
On wrong side.
So we need to redo that math.
So 31206 minus 6241 times 0.73, 18224 plus 6241,
That's what we did. We didn't add the plus 6241.
24465.45. Well, I don't.
You can make an edit in the program while it's running. What you have to do is double click that rung. There you go. Double click that. Okay.
And then how do I get it to save?
Go up top. No, like underneath.
Right under town
Yeah.
counter.
Right, there you go. Nope. Go back.
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, wait.
Good. Right. Yep. Accept. Finalize all edits. Yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna run it one more time. We'll see what that fan speed is, and then we'll call it a day. We're not leaving anything out, right? I mean, that's everything you guys had designed. There we go. 45 hertz. That's what I'm talking about. Cool. Well, it looks to me like it's running splendidly. I'll take the mouse again. Aaron.
Oh.
And I'm going to go offline. I'm going to save this. So next week, what we'll do is start designing HMI control. Cool. Touchscreen thing. So let's think about what we want on those screens.
I would say like a display of like the rate that say the exhaust fan's going at. We could display the level that we have in each tank or in the one tank that we're measuring.
Do you want us to have different screens and everything on that?
Yeah. So I think screen one should be like control.
Select the selector and the push button.
So what are the inputs we have? Selector one.
We have the bits already made for most of those, I think.
Well, yeah, but we'll have to create new ones and parallel around
Oh, okay.
all of our inputs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Selector L, the green push button. What else?
We have the red stoplight or stop.
Red.
We have it in there. It's not in our process though.
Yeah, it is. Wrong one. It's the kill. It kills the everything except for the enable. Cool. See what I'm saying? Do we want to put the yellow push button in there? We're not really using it. We have it in there for like a jog. No, it's okay. So we have those three inputs. What else we want? What'd you say the analog stuff we want to display?
Exhaust fan speeds.
Exhaust fan speed.
The level sensor output.
Water level.
Yeah.
We could put the timer in there.
Yeah, we could also put the timer in there, but we already
What
have
about
it
the
being
heater?
displayed on the.
We do. I don't know. Let's put maybe the timer value. Because I think what we have set up is not.
I was gonna say, how's that gonna work on the HMI? how does the HMI read like select values like that or display?
Well, it's only going to read the values that we tell it to. So for instance, if we, where are all those rungs at? If we tell it to read, we've got, we're using limit tests. If we tell it to read the output, the analog output to the 3-digit display, it's going to give you like a number like this, you know, which doesn't make any, it's not like 0 to 10. But 10-second timer. I guess we could. Let me try something. If we assigned an F8,
We could assign an F8 with math and just have it be 100 times the accumulated value.
right. So it would be compute. This is going to be F8 something. Isn't labeled to what? So this is going to be T40 dot. Divided by 1,000.
Yep.
Call this HMI. I just want to see if this works real quick. So right now it's 0. And then if I just watch this F89 number when that timer starts running. Two, three, four. Well, that works. I mean, you could use that. Cool. All right. Well, I got to get to the next group. Okie dokie.
Okay.
All right.
Nobody's even here yet. Where's my next group?
Yeah, I know, a bunch of slackers.
Well, I guess I got to check my email. Say, hey, I will probably not be able to sign in today. Okie dokie.
All right. See you.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, except for Mark.
Yep, got the quiz.
All right.
Oh, there's 2 Marks. That's creepy. This world can only handle one Mark.
I actually got my laptop to work. I was messing with that while we were doing that.
Oh, okay, good. You want to try out the control?
I'm sure.
Let's just see if it works for next week. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. You're on a laptop, right?
Yeah.
So if I go remote control, I don't know which one it is though. So there's two Mark Montgomerys. How about that one? Can you control the screen now?
No, try the other one. It was showing the boom.
How about that? Oh yeah, you got it. So you haven't been involved with the HMI stuff, but we've been talking about this bad boy and how we're going to make this work. Did you do HMIs in Steve's class when you had?
Actually, I didn't have access to it when we were in the class, but Steve did it in front of us, and a couple other people could do it. I didn't really get involved with it. I did the panel views more.
Yeah, these are easier than the panel views, but we'll walk you through it.
Yeah, I mean,
Next Tuesday.
I'll be a little new, but I'm sure I can do it.
We'll walk you through it on Tuesday. It's pretty easy.
Sorry about the inconvenience and missing class and stuff.
It's all right. We'll get through it.
It was a rough couple weeks, so. But
Yeah. What were you were sick?
yeah, I had the fevers, and I had tightness in my chest. I was short of breath.
Oh, so you actually had COVID.
Yeah, they had me. They wouldn't test me here, but I drove to Bloomington, got tested. It came back negative, but when I went to the doctor here, they said the testing is not 100%, and they're starting to believe that more and more false negatives are coming out of those.
Oh wow.
So they treated me like I had it, and they said that they won't really know until you could test blood and check your antibodies to see if you had actually had it. That's the real test.
So what have you been quarantining?
Yeah, I was in the basement away from my family for a week and a half, and just the other day I came up.
Wow.
So they said I had to be symptom free for 3 days or quarantine for 14. Well, today is actually 14 days.
Glad
But
you're
I've been
feeling better.
symptom free since last Thursday.
So, any of your family showing symptoms now, or everybody okay?
No, so far they're all good.
Good.
So
I'm glad you're okay.
yeah, it was rough, but I'm a lot better. I was running 102 temp for about 3 days,
Yeah.
every few hours. But we had somebody at my work leave the other night, had 105 temp
Holy cow. Where you work at?
at Caterpillar Morton. There's a lot of people out there sick right now, so it's kind of going around my building.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, I guess.
Crazy stuff, man.
It's really crazy. I had to go to that FEMA camp in Bloomington.